Plaintiffs Sierra Johnson and Chelsea Crabtree are suing Chelsea's boyfriend's mother for the balance owed on a car and harassment. Sierra says the defendant cashed an insurance check that rightfully belongs to her. However, defendant Marjorie Sanders says the plaintiff threatened to shoot into her house and kill her kids, so she's countersuing for vandalism and harassment.
Okay, is it Sierra Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Chelsea Crabtree are suing their boyfriend's mother for the balance owed on a car and for harassment, and Marjorie Sanders is countersuing her son's girlfriend and her friend for vandalism and harassment. Okay, who wants to speak first, Chelsea or Sierra?
I will. Your Honor, this is my best friend Sierra, and that's my boyfriend's mother, Margie Sanders.
Basically, I sold Chelsea and Bill a car in March. And
Bill is the boyfriend?
Yes.
Where is he?
He's on house arrest at the time.
Bill's on house arrest for what, Mom?
For receiving stolen property, a weapons charge, and drugs.
Okay, why are we in court today?
Well, I sold the Chevy Malibu to Chelsea and Bill for the amount of $3,500. At the time, they did not have license.
They didn't have a license? How old are you, Chelsea?
19.
How long ago was this?
March of 2008.
So why didn't you have a license?
I don't know.
So why'd you buy a car?
Because I needed it. I just had a son.
You gonna drive a son around when you don't have a license?
If I got to, I guess.
Why wouldn't you get a license? Why?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. Does Bill have a license?
No.
I never heard of two people buying a car who don't drive. But then again, you didn't say you didn't drive. You just said you didn't have a license.
Correct.
All right, so already this doesn't make sense, but go ahead.
Well, they decided to put it into Margie Sanders' name, which is Billy's mom.
Billy and Chelsea decide to put the car in your name, Marjorie? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because my son asked me if I would put it in, and I didn't know at the time that she didn't have any license.
Yes, she
didn't
did.
tell me.
Well, wait a minute. Why didn't you say to your son, if you're buying a car, why would you want to put it in Mom's name? Most kids can't wait to get away from their mother.
I don't know. I was trying to do it as a favor, I thought.
Okay.
So we went down to the BMV. They gave me, this was on March 6th. We went down to the BMV. I had just got my new car. So we go down there, get the title switched over into her name. I kept the title though. I have the title right here.
All right, let's see it.
And I have the written agreement between me, Chelsea, and Bill. And that's...
Okay, so what I have here is State of Ohio, Chevy Malibu, owner Marjorie Sanders. All right, I, Sierra Johnson, am selling my Chevy Malibu to Billy and Chelsea. They are putting the vehicle into Marjorie's Sanders' name. Billy's mother. I sold them the car for the amount of $3,500. I received a down payment of $500. They're to pay me $250 a month. Chelsea, Sierra, Billy, payment. Very good.
Thank you.
Been around the block.
Well, after the second payment that I received on May 6th, Chelsea was going to the corner store May 16th, got into a car accident. So the insurance company came out to look at the car.
You okay, Chelsea, from the accident?
They came out to look at the car and decided that we're going to cost more to fix than the car was worth. So they just decided to total the car out. A week later, they came to pick up the car and they said that she would receive a check for $4,321 in 7 to 10 business days. Well, a week goes past. I go to her house, because we had all talked and decided that when she got that check, she was going to give me the rest of my money that I was owed for the car, which was $2,500.
Did you agree to do that?
I hadn't even heard from her, Judge.
So you're saying that once the car is totaled, that you go to her and you all agree that when the check comes, she's going to pay you the amount that is still owed by her son and Chelsea. Yes. Now, Chelsea, tell me how this accident happened.
I was going up a one-way up Hawks. It's going this way, and a car was coming up, Bellows. They ran a stop sign.
They ran a stop sign. Okay, correct. So you're driving the car. Who's with you?
My cousin.
How old's your cousin?
I think he's 20.
Okay. And are you going the appropriate or the right way on the one way?
Yes.
Okay. Was the other guy arrested?
The other driver of the car?
Yeah.
No, they just got a ticket.
They just got a ticket. Okay. You didn't get a ticket for driving without a license?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened to that?
They got suspended.
What got suspended?
My driver's license.
You don't have a driver's license.
Well,
Were you driving with a license?
no.
So how did they suspend your license?
I don't know. So I couldn't go get them.
Okay. All right. So back to the car. Did you get a check?
Yeah, I got a check.
For how much?
$3,360.
Do you have a copy of the check?
No, I don't have a copy of the check. I have a copy of what it's supposed to pay off right here.
Okay, good. Let's see it. And who are you?
And I have a property.
Her daughter? Stand up. Come on up. What's your name?
Crystal.
Crystal, tell me what happened.
All right. We was all at home, right? She was like, well, I need to talk to your mom. It's very important. And then I was like,
Who, Sierra is saying
Yeah,
I need
Sierra
to talk to
said
your
it.
mom?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did she say, Crystal?
she was like, well, your mom owes me money, da da da. And I was like, well, my mom's not here. You got to take it up with my mom.
Right.
And then she threatened to shoot my sisters. And
What
all
did she
this.
say, Crystal? Exactly what did she say?
She said that
How did it?
point blank, we're scared of her. Put it that way.
Okay. Did anybody call the police?
Yes, my
I
sister.
have a 911
Okay,
call.
good. All right, thank you, Crystal. Sit down, hon. Thank you. Why are you suing? What are you suing
I'm
for?
suing because the whole thing was she said that she was going to pay me the money for the car.
Did you ever
she
give her
got
money?
The check.
No.
She never gave me the money. Your Honor, I went to the house that day. To talk to Margie. Her husband opened the door. I asked him, was she there? He said no. What's going on? I've talked to Margie plenty of times. I went over to her house. She gave my boyfriend rides to work. She's called him, asked him for gas money. No problem. Everything has always been fine. So when I went over there, he asked me, well, what do you need help? Well, what's going on? And I told him, well, Margie said she was going to give me the money for the car when she got that check. That never happened. Now, either, I'm going to get the money for the car or I'm just going to take her to court.
Why? Or you just said, I'm going to take her to court like that?
Yeah, I did. Basically,
you call the
his
police?
daughter.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
wasn't
did.
home.
Where's the police report?
Right here.
Okay, we got a 911 and a police report. So that
get the police
rebuts the claim that you went and said, I may have to take you to court in that tone of voice. Now, reporting party stated suspect 1 knocked on her door, demanded money. All right, victim then stated suspect number 1 made threats to come back to shoot up the house. Stated suspect went to the trunk of her vehicle to get what he believed a weapon, but couldn't see what it was. All right, so I got a 911 call and I got a police response.
Your Honor, her daughter Stephanie pulled a knife out on me when I said that if either I didn't get the money, I was going to take it to court. She pulls a knife out on me, talking about all different type of racist words. What you're
Did
a
you make a
child.
police
Why are you
report?
even? Huh?
Did you make a police
I didn't have a
report?
reason to. I just went on ahead and filed a claim.
So
to
somebody
court.
pulls a knife out on you and you don't
It's a
file a police
child.
report? That's about enough. Leave it at that. You're on her porch. Let me tell you, Miss Smarty, all right? You're the one who knows, and I said it early on.
Yeah,
You've been
I know
around the
what-
block. You know to put things in writing. You are making an allegation to the court right now that she told you that she would give you the money from the that was owed on the car. I don't believe she said that for 1 minute, because you would have put it in writing. You would have had it signed, sealed, and delivered. All right? And you didn't. And I don't know what you think you're doing on her porch, all right, asking for the money. You had no right to go there. That's trespass as far as I'm concerned. And you had no right to threaten them. All right, what are you suing for?
Damages to my van where I was at the hospital with my daughter, and they came through the emergency room shouting profanity stuff.
How long after this incident on the porch?
Oh, this was just like last month.
Okay, so it's several months later. So you're in a hospital.
Yeah, and her and Chelsea comes through the hospital. And
How do they know? How did you know she was in the hospital?
How they knew is my son lives on Davis, which is like 2 blocks from the hospital, and I can't walk a far distance. So I parked my van in his parking lot, and I come back, and all 4 tires was flat, and the back of the window was busted. And I do have the police report on that, and I have pictures.
Let's see it. Okay, destruction, damage, vandalism, property, parking lot. Suspect number 2 are you two, by the way.
Sorry. How long?
Prosecutor's office. What happened? Did anybody file charges?
No, I just took a report because I went back to the hospital
Because there's, yeah, go ahead.
because she was really, really sick.
Okay, so this window is out. Is that what I'm looking
Yeah,
at?
the back window, yeah. Right now it has plastic over it. There should be other pictures.
Oh, there's something in the tire.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty serious. There's another one. Okay, well, somebody's kind of angry with you. What are you suing for?
I'm suing for damages and harassment.
How much damage?
$1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah,
That's for the
500.
tires and for the back window.
Yeah, $500 for harassment.
Okay, and the day that you're in the hospital with Crystal is the day that they come into the hospital.
Yeah.
And what do they say?
And well, they said stinky, and then it was a cuss word all the way through the hospital. People were staring at us. And
And how long after that do you go and see your car is damaged?
about 10 minutes after that,
And where were you parked at the time?
I was parked in my son's the apartment building where he lives in that parking lot.
Okay. Okay, good. Anything else? All right. What we have here is a lawsuit where the issue is whether or not the defendant is liable to the plaintiffs for a check that the defendant received as the titled owner of a vehicle that was totaled by Miss Unlicensed Chelsea Crabtree here. What a shock. The issue is whether or not the defendant owes money for a car that she took title to as a favor to the plaintiffs. Now, the plaintiff, Chiara, and Chelsea had an agreement that Chiara would sell her car to unlicensed Chelsea and her boyfriend, Bill, house arrest Bill. Now, Mama ends up getting the money for the car and doesn't want to turn it over. Guess what? She doesn't have to. The car's in her name. She gets the money. All right. So whatever bad dealing we got going on here is going to burn you in the end. You came into this deal unclean by selling a car to her who doesn't have a license and her boyfriend who doesn't have a license and who's on house arrest, asking her to take title. I don't know what her motivation was to take title. I'm not sure there's any consideration there, but she took it. She owns it. She gets the money. Shame on you. Now, other piece. You, the defendant, are now suing you for damage to her car. Now, the issue for the court is whether or not, since no one saw you, the two of you can be responsible for damage to a vehicle when she's in the emergency room with her daughter. There's no question in my mind that you damaged the vehicle. You got a big mouth. Now you're going to have to pay her the money, $1,500 for the vandalism. So be it.